Good morning, fellow YouTubers, friends, followers, subscribers, and Trevorites. But mainly, I always say good morning to you, the subscribers, because you're the ones that help the channel grow. And I'm up early today, early-ish, I would say. At least it's before 10, isn't it? It's around about 9, is it? Doesn't matter. Anyway, lots of interesting things coming across the Colt household. Yes, I did not cut the grass yesterday here because it was raining, so hopefully get it cut today. Hopefully have a little bit of a barbecue today. Yes, thanks for the emails coming in. Lots of interesting points. Today, I'm going to mention about a movie called The Sound of Freedom, which is a movie that's being promoted by Mel Gibson, who seems to be getting blacklisted by all the major companies in the US and across the globe. And you know what? I'm gonna make a statement here. Now, this is my opinion, but my opinion is based on what I can read, what I can see, on what's happening in society. And it seems that paedophilia and child trafficking seem to be everywhere in society. It seems for some reason it's being, those in charge of this type of paedophilia are so rich, they buy super injunctions and they manage to find a way around the law in order to achieve their little sexual rituals. And if you're saying, oh, well, is that true, Trevor? Well, how come a movie which highlights child sex trafficking has been blacklisted by Netflix? You can't see any of it on YouTube. It's not on Amazon Prime. It's not on any of the TV stations. It's not in the cinemas. It's not being promoted by any of the movie companies, and Hollywood are letting it go. So that itself tells you that those in charge are guilty of maybe taking part in this type of a crime. But there we go. Right, what else is happening? Now, there's things which I see every day which wind me up. I don't let them fester in my head. I don't let them eat away at me. I have a rant to get it off my chest. Now, listen to this. I'm going to use the word female because that's a fact. An adult human female. Yeah, the old-fashioned females, you know, the ones with wombs. So, a female teacher that was caught half naked in a lay-by having sex with a 17-year-old pupil has launched a support group for sex offenders, and the National Lottery are funding it. I can't get my head around that. Surely there should be a support group for those that have been sexually assaulted being funded by the National Lottery. I don't get it. I'm just glad I don't do the lottery or any of that shit, because I don't have to say that none of this stuff's came out of my pocket. So there we go. It just doesn't make sense, does it? So there we go. If you're a sex offender and you want some support, yeah, join the sex offender support group funded by the National Lottery. What else is happening? Yes, and this is weird. A social worker, again, a female social worker, who's been doing a great job, and she has criticised that weirdo, Dylan Mulvaney. Remember the guy, can I say that? The trans woman who you think, here, drink Bud Light. Women don't drink Bud Light, but she, that thing promoted it. Well, she criticised him, and now she's been blacklisted by the local authorities. She now can't get a job as a social worker because of that. I find that strange. And that's what I mean by this. Ordinary people can see things happening and we call it out. But the minute you become a counsellor or a politician or you're in charge of something, you then have to fall in line with the world of paedophilia and child sexploitation, because that's where the world's going. And unless ordinary people keep calling it out, it will continue to thrive in high society. But there we go. Now here's one here that makes me laugh. It's a story in today's media, so I'm going to mention it, and it's about David Beckham. So, the hostage Harry, as you know, Prince Harry, the hostage, horrid, he's lost his court case. Lots has been thrown out. But did you know that he has said in court, he's mentioned that he believed that a lot of the stories about him being leaked to the media came from the Beckhams. He said the Beckhams had leaked stories to the media. Well, guess what? David Beckham has went, this is disgusting behaviour. I've always supported you. Why would I leak stories? I do not need you in my life. So the Beckhams have now just cut ties with the horrid and Meghan and went, get out of here. We want nothing to do with you ever again. But not only that, did you know this? George Clooney and his wife have went, Meghan, Harry, we want nothing to do with you either. Get out of here. So it looks like the idiot who keeps... I think all these stories are coming from methane. Methane's the gas from shit. So I call methane Meghan. So all these stories are coming from methane to Harry, who's twisting his mind, and he's believing that all these people that were once his friends are now turning their back on him. And the truth is, they're not. I think Meghan's just trying to distance him from all his friends so she has him to herself, so she can destroy him internally. But that's just my opinion. What else is happening? Let's talk about Jeffrey Epstein's ex-missus. I can't remember her name. Is it Ghislaine Maxwell or something? I can't say it. Someone else will probably let me know, but there we go. She's now saying that she's penniless as her ex-husband has just sold her £4.5 million home. I'd like to point this out, Miss Maxwell. You will never be skint. You know far too much about high society and their child sex trafficking and paedophilia. You know far too much about those involved. You'll always have money in the bank because you have too many secrets. There we go. Tell me if I'm wrong. And what else? I've got this little story here that I wrote down today about this. Listen to this here. A lady called Michelle Hanforth is in charge, one of the bosses at Network Rail. In fact, one of the train stations she's in charge of is Paddington Station in London. But she lives in Scotland. But she's in charge of stations down the bottom of England. But she lives in Scotland. So how does she do it? Did you know that last year she took 72 flights up and down the country visiting her train stations? Yeah, do you know what? She never got the train once, did she? Never got the train. She took flights costing up to £10,000, which she claimed on expenses. Crazy, isn't it? Why would you employ somebody, first of all, that lives in Scotland to be in charge of a railway station in London? It doesn't make sense. Would it not be more better for investors or for the taxpayer to employ someone that lives in London to keep an eye on the train station in London? It would, wouldn't it? And that's the lunatics in charge of our country. And the lunatics in charge of different places. Oh, did I mention that she's on £300,000 a year salary? Could have paid for her own flights, couldn't you? Shocking. Shocking what's happening in society today. It really is. Here's a question for you. I'm going to end on a question. When you boil hot water, how come hot water makes spaghetti soft but makes eggs hard? Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Well, people, listen, I'm off to drink my morning coffee, which I've just received. I wish you all a wonderful day. Today is 1 year since Gwen's brother passed away in the Philippines. So we go out today and buy flowers, live flowers and stuff, but there we go. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Stay safe.